the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. And Memphis is where we'll be going just moments from now, as the Grizzlies will be going up against the...
The Grizzlies look to take charge at the FedEx Forum, and we're going to bring it to you live from Memphis, Tennessee. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. And so for the Grizzlies, their last game, a loss to the Mavericks in Dallas.
Yeah, in a game where offensively they were about as inconsistent as you're ever going to see them.
They needed to make a few runs, but it just never happened for them. And when you can't string things together, it's tough sledding. It's a tough way to go.
At this very early stage, we know players are still trying to gel with one another. But, Clark, just how much can a team really change between the start of the season and the end of the season?
Kevin, it can be a night and day change in some cases because of injuries or change in personnel. Those things can show up during the course of a long season to make teams look totally different. And I think the changes that transpire with teams are usually more pronounced with younger teams, because you can actually sometimes see those guys get better and better from week to week.
And now the Lakers starting group. Beasley out there with Ivica Zubac. And it's Rajon Rondo. Then it's Brandon Ingram. And it's Hart in at the 2 guard. And here are the Grizzlies. Knocks it loose. Oh, trying for it. Beasley with the steal. Jumps up, and it's Beasley finishing it off.
Yeah, you got to respect the awareness level of Rondo. When his teammates have a clean look at the basket, the ball gets there without hesitation.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to talk with J.B. Bickerstaff for a minute. He knows they have to dig in on defense. They're facing a really talented offense. He said if those guys get going, we're going to be on the wrong end of some long runs. We have to be disciplined, work together, and make those second, third, and fourth efforts on plays, whatever it takes to get a stop. We'll see if they can get a win in this first matchup between the teams this year. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks as always, David. Well, they know what their toughest job is going to be today.
Yeah, Kevin, it's always hard to go up against a team that can light it up like this. You can't let them hit the ground running.
Exactly. I mean, they've got to be the ones dictating the tempo and the pace. Keep the high-octane offense on the other side in check.
Good on the shot.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting calls, and for good reason.
Well, you know, Greg, they can count on him to get buckets. I mean, he's getting the ball because he's very efficient when he has it.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rondo. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Here's Selden. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
And we all know in a hostile environment, always tough, but they were the better team on that night.
No question about it. Honed in completely. They demonstrated real grit in a tough place to play, and they got the result they wanted. Not looking good for them so far. 4 straight misses to start the game.
Yes, that goes in.
And early on, they look great. They've made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
Well, this is something that Kobe has said in the past with the Lakers organization. It is championship or bust.
Well, I think you need that type of culture and mentality to have a chance to win championships. I believe the Lakers have done a good job of maintaining that mentality throughout the years.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Lakers.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
throw, good. Beasley. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Great touch from the line. Always important for bigger guys to be able to come through at the strike.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
And with the Tide running against them, needs to talk it over with his guys.
You're exactly right. Halting the other team's run momentarily. Let's see what he comes up with now, Greg.
Let's use this break for a quick look at the squads that really made it happen on the fast break last season. The Lakers second.
Yeah, I mean, it's a crowd-pleasing style, right? I mean, this club just got out and ran at every possible chance.
Here's Jackson. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Conley for three. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Took a little time, but they get one to go. Maybe they're warmed up now.
And you watch Kyle Henderson out there. They call him slow-mo for how he moves on the court. Just one of those jack-of-all-trades type of players on offense, and wasn't known for his defense, but has put in a lot of work to improve in that area.
Here's Gasol. That's in there. Conley with the assist.
Boy, the confidence of Gasol on the block is really impressive to see. I mean, once he gets good positioning, he goes right to work.
Rondo passes to Hart for the three. Good on the three-point shot. Hart's got 5 points so far. And with Anderson, the defense has been a focus for him the last few seasons.
And even though Anderson doesn't get up and down the floor fast, he still has quick hands and feet. Is being asked to guard some of the top forwards in the league for this team and wants players to try and shoot over him so he can use his length. Considers it a win if his assignment takes a jumper and doesn't get around it.
Some changes for Memphis. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Jackson. Chandler Parsons comes in for Kyle Anderson. And Brooks subbed in for Wayne Selden. Now here's Gasol. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Shoots over Zubac, and he gets it back. And the basket is good.
And you know what? He doesn't mind getting his hands dirty when it comes to really fighting on the backboard.
Yeah, we call those winning plays, particularly when you're doing it with the kind of effort he does. I mean, those kinds of hustle plays, it'll be interesting to see what he's got left in his tank because he usually makes a bunch of those.
Here's Conley after Rajon Rondo's bucket. And it's out of bounds. The Grizzlies able to retain possession here. Grizzlies making a switch here. Caspi's checked in. Off the inbound pass. That's in. Coming off the assist from Parsons. Caspi's got himself on the board with three there. It's Ingram on the wing. Wants to get it to Zubac, and does. And the layup's good off the glass.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Now here's Green. Back to Brooks. Has to come. Ingram with the steal. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
And I tell you what, Greg, they've worked hard for this lead. Their play calling has been superb and the execution even better.
And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
Yeah, and the execution, time and time again, right on point. They're running their offense to perfection.
Here's Conley. Can't hit the free throw line jumper.
Cannot give him that much room for mid-range. They got to feel lucky he didn't knock that one down.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers. 13 points up at the end of the period. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. It wasn't an immediate star turn for Mike Conley in the NBA. He talked about that journey.
The ups and downs of injuries and early on in my career not being able to be consistent enough to be considered a top guard in the league and making myself work that much harder to get my game to a level where I feel that I can compete against anybody in the league. And that's what I'm most proud of, is just being able to withstand that.
Great work ethic is the key. Conley stayed at it.
And a player that's known for keeping his composure, that helps also. He weathered those early challenges and just stayed positive.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And, guys, the Lakers enjoying a nice lead here.
Listen, early on taking the league, I just like their approach offensively.
Yeah, I like it too. They're doing a great job working the ball around, staying aggressive, and capitalizing too.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Rajon Rondo is out there with Hart. Then it's Ingram. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Beasley in at the 4 slot. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, guys. Well, Marc Gasol is the more fiery of the Gasol brothers. Pau Gasol says, I sugarcoat things a little more than Marc. He's more emotional, more direct. And Marc said, when a mistake happens on defense, I know you're not concentrating. I don't allow that. He knows controlling his frustration is important. He says, I'm working on it. Guys?
Part of leadership, DA. Thank you. First free throw is good.
And you got to love just how smart of a point guard Mike Conley is. You never get the sense he is forcing anything with the ball and keeps it moving around to his teammates. Very aware of his spacing and the spacing of others while running that offense.
And Conley, who is so good with space and timing on offense, seems to always find a way to score inside.
I mean, he has that great floater to lean on for scoring. And the only thing you want from Conley is health. Has had a few too many injuries to ignore the last few seasons. This team is so visibly better when he is healthy and on the floor.
Here's Ingram. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
The Grizzlies trail by 15. Conley kicks to Parsons. Tipped away. It's stolen by Rondo. And that one is hammered home.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. When it comes to initiating this play, Clark, for your money, who are the perimeter pick-and-roll ball handlers right now in the game?
Well, the guys that come to mind for me, Chris Paul is fantastic in the pick and roll. Damian Lillard is outstanding. James Harden And I think Victor Oladipo is getting better. I mean, he's so good at finding seams and using his athleticism to get to the bucket, and he's really grown as a finisher. Kyrie Irving is just a terrific one-on-one player. Sometimes he doesn't even need the screen guy. He's so good with the ball. And obviously Steph Curry is in that category too.
Jackson, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Los Angeles. The Grizzlies trail by 17. Right side, Conley. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Kuzma. And here's what the schedule looks like for the Los Angeles Lakers. On Sunday, they'll go up against the Magic in Orlando. Then on Monday, they'll be matching up with Chris Paul and the Houston Rockets.
And for that game against the Bulls, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
Now here's Brooks. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. The 2K leaderboard provides us now with this list of last season's assist leaders. Rajon Rondo, 4th.
Very few guys pass the ball better than he did. I mean, he didn't just have eyes in the back of his head. It's almost as if he had them on both sides, too.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Just 5 on the clock. And stolen by Kuzma.
Boy, he makes it look so easy, doesn't he? Rising off the ground like that. Kuzma takes a lot of pride, not only in finishing with finesse, but power, too.
On the wing, Brooks. Pass to Green. A floater. It's hauled in by Zubats. Los Angeles leading by 19 points. There's the pass to Hart.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Yeah, you know, it's got to be terribly deflating for the opposition. Boy, they look helpless. Really getting beat up, physically and emotionally.
Brooks kicks to Jackson. Shoots over Kuzma. Jackson misses.
He must hit that shot. I mean, the defense, non-factor. Very surprising he missed it.
Lakers passing it around. Kuzma inside. And he can't jam it through. And what a draft day steal for the Lakers, who were able to get Kyle Kuzma, who had been drafted 27th overall.
Yeah, Kuzma came into the league far more polished than anyone expected, and you have to credit the young man's hard work and how he was able to make such a big splash that rookie year. And with how hard he works, Kuzma is going to be an impactful player in this league for a long time.
Caspi, that's for 2, will not go. This is off the front iron. Beasley with it. Conley picks him up. Unloads from 13. Rondo, good. Rondo's got his second basket of the night.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Now here's Brooks. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And here are the Grizzlies now. Back to Jackson. Here is Caspi, guarded by Kuzma. Clock at 6. No good from Caspi.
And, you know, the defense was probably in the C-plus range there. I mean, I'm sure he feels like that's one he should have made, that layup.
And that one is good by Beasley.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
Yeah, you know, continue to pour it on them. That's what they want to do right now, doing their best to put this game out of reach and in the win column.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Absolutely, Greg. I mean, they're getting crushed, killed, hammered, pulverized in the post.
So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Marc Gasol's checked in for Jermichael Green. Chandler Parsons comes in for Jackson. Anderson, he's checked in for Caspi. And it's Selden in for Brooks. Here's Selden. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Here's Parsons. A second chance effort. And that one's good. Selden.
The tenacity on that interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Rondo kicks to Beasley. 32 seconds left in the second quarter. Stolen by Anderson. Here's Conley. And no good. And the Lakers take it the other way. From deep. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. That's good from Gasol, and the assist by Conley. Gasol's got 6.
He's known as more steady than flashy, but that was a sensational pass by Conley. He can get fancy when he needs to.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers sitting on a 21-point lead to end the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. So far, a pretty lopsided game, but still one half to play. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. It was all about the Lakers as the game got going. They had great chemistry early on, both offensively and defensively, stringing together an impressive 8-0 run to jump on top early. By the end of quarter one, they were way out on top, leading by 13. Then in quarter number 2, it was all hands on deck, and what a show it was. Quality execution, good efficiency, some tremendous defensive play helped them take a decisive advantage, and they're running away with this one. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
Well, they killed it on the glass, and they did it with high-level fundamentals, blocking out, maintaining position, and going up strong to the basket. If they board like that in the second half, this lead will continue to grow.
Shaq, your take on Memphis.
Well, they gave up too many good looks. You look at the field goal percentage against them, this tells the whole story. Not enough activity defensively, not enough disruption, Ernie. Like Kenny disrupts me all the time, not enough disruption.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
Doesn't the Mississippi River look simply spectacular in the moonlight here tonight? Welcome back, everyone, to Memphis. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. Lots of physical play, Clark, during your time in the NBA. That's been toned down to a degree. Do you miss it being a bigger part of the game now?
You know what? I think it's still a very physical game. The rules have changed. The way the game is officiated has certainly changed. Some of the tough fouls that you saw in decades past don't exist as much. But I still think the game is extremely physical. So I'm glad to see us move in the direction of toning that down a bit. There's enough physicality in the game.
Anderson at the small forward and Jackson at the 4. Conley and Selden are the guards. And it's Gasol at the center position. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. We've got a chance now to see how the starters and the bench match up scoring-wise tonight for the Lakers. And Anderson kicks to Conley. Takes the 3. Goes back up. Jackson passes to Conley. The feed to Gasol. Second half just getting started. About a minute played. And finally they hit one. Gasol's got 8.
And he knows how to make good use of his size in that low block. And Gasol's inside game is very refined. There's a smoothness to how he approaches it.
Zubac and Gasol sends it back. Outside Conley. Ball's knocked loose. And now it's Rondo running all the way. Here he goes. And the shot goes in. 6 points for him.
And, you know, he's proven to be capable at sinking that mid-range jump shot. Rondo has to be respected from that part of the floor.
Conley's shot is off.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Passes it to Hart. Beasley right side. Here's Kuzma. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
A reliable stretch 4. In this day and age, Kuzma is very valuable because of his three-point shooting.
Timeout called. The Grizzlies. Their first look at this year's Los Angeles squad.
And two teams here that were evenly matched a season ago as they split the season series.
Yeah, they'd settle for 500 against most teams. Both squads win challenge, perhaps a way to put it, but one of them has got to win tonight.
And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Green, he's checked in for Jackson. And it's Dylan Brooks in for Mike Conley. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Brooks kicks to Gasol. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Caspi, he's checked in for Anderson. Here's Selden, covered by Beasley, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
I mean, he's just making the D look foolish. I mean, that was one heck of a move to get himself the space he needed to operate.
And how about the slam to finish it off? Not too shabby either.
Kevin and Greg, I tell you what, safe to say that was a good-looking play from start to finish.
Here's Selden. Gasol passes to Selden. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Caspi. It's deflected.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Fires from 14, and Beasley gets it to go on the assist by Rondo. 14 points for Michael Beasley.
Yeah, again, just a lackluster transition defense.
And 7 of the last 10 points, Greg, they've surrendered, have come off the fast break, so real easy to see what the problem is.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Parsons is checked in. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Knocked loose. Down low, Beasley with the steal. And Green slams it in.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Gasol kicks to Green. They set the pick. Here's Selden. And the three off target. Lakers leading by 20. Pass to Kuzma. Well-placed alley-oop pass into the layup.
Kuzma's game offensively very solid, rock solid. This guy can get it done any place on the court. He's certainly a guy to watch out for.
That's tipped. And Rondo with the stuff.
And folks, those are hops you just don't see from that one spot every day.
Well, that's why he is such an uncommon talent.
Yep, uncommon and unparalleled. I mean, he makes things happen out there for sure.
Brooks kicks to Green. Pass to Selden. Gasol up top. 6 to shoot. Back to Selden. From 15 feet away, it's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubac has got 4 rebounds in this game.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Good. Zubac has got 8 points.
This isn't a tough case to crack. If they want to put an end to this run, they'll need to start getting back on D.
One-on-one here. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Perfect execution. That's how you take advantage of a transition opportunity.
The fader. And JaMychal Green picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And the Grizzlies making a change here. Out to the right wing. 2 on the clock. Here's Beasley. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
And they make sure to get the last shot of the quarter there. Nicely done.
Yeah, excellent execution that time, partner. Don't want to give the opponent any time to get them back.
And so it's Los Angeles with a massive lead of 30 points here at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We come back right after this. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. LA has gone 3 of 3 from three-point land here tonight. So the Lakers 5 right now. They've got Ivica Zubac. Beasley out there with Kyle Kuzma. That's Rajon Rondo. And it's Hart in at the shooting guard position. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. We're hearing more players and coaches express their political beliefs, their social concerns, trying to, in a positive way, affect change, Clark.
And Kevin, I applaud it, respect it, admire it, and can't get enough of it. As long as players and coaches are well informed about that which they talk about, and most of the NBA guys are. And I think it's important that wherever we are in life that we use our platforms to express our views. That's part of what being a citizen of this country is about. So I don't think you necessarily compartmentalize your life. If there are issues that are dear to you, that you want to speak out on and educate yourself about, then you use your platform for that purpose while performing your job, which just happens to be playing NBA basketball or coaching NBA basketball.
The drive by Rondo, and Rondo with the stuff.
And they've just been so comfortable at both ends of the floor. I mean, you'd almost think they're playing at home.
Yeah, and the confidence really at a high level. Very impressive. They feel like this game is theirs, dominating right now.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And, Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I think the pass was even better. I mean, that was room service delivery at its finest.
And Gasol now top of the key. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
And through the years, he's become very confident in that shot. Gasol's almost better from mid-range than he is in tight. That's a great weapon for a 7-footer to have.
Now here's Rondo, and Hart has it in the corner. Kicks to Beasley. That's tipped. That's tipped. They get it back. Zubac, count that bucket. Zubac has got 4 points this quarter.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Greg, the play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
And a quick look now at how the Memphis Grizzlies' schedule is shaping up. On Monday, they'll take on Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. And then on Friday, they'll go up against Russell Westbrook and the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And for the matchup with the Sixers, you know they want to come out and make a big statement in that one. It won't be easy, but anything can happen.
The offensive rebound. Three-pointer. Buries the long-range jumper.
No explanation for giving up these wide-open looks. Total breakdown. Unacceptable defense.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Rondo kicks to Hart. Here's Beasley. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
Here's Harrison. Here's Hart. In it goes for the 8th time in 10 tries. And, guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for Los Angeles?
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnover.
If you let him get that deep, this is what you can expect.
Yeah, he's not only strong as ammonia down there, he's smart as Einstein, too. Poor effort from the defense.
Now here's Rondo, and there's the pass to Hart. He kicks it to Beasley. Takes a 3, and another 3 for the Lakers.
And every move he makes looks like the right one at this point.
No doubt about it, Greg. I mean, the game comes so naturally to him, easily. I mean, helping to expand their lead as they try to close this one out, he's doing it.
Here's Mack following the 3 by the Lakers. To the middle. Outside Rondo. Wants to get it to Beasley, and does. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Yeah, I mean, he's been orchestrating all game at a high level.
Yeah, making his teammates better through his passing, Greg. You know about that because you did it. Great job sharing the ball.
Well, I appreciate it, partner. Always important to have somebody keep rhythm in the game. Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim. And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Lakers.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting, Greg, will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a 2-game season series. But I think the next game will be hotly contested.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Beasley.
Yeah, and he was relentless, nonstop energy. I mean, he just never slowed down or turned off.
And how much longer are they going to keep that foot on the accelerator?
As long as required, Greg. I mean, you can tell they want to put this thing to bed.
Now here's Mack. Oh, and here we go with Rondo. Nobody back. And the jam by Rajon Rondo.
tremendous effort here on the road. That plane ride home is going to be sweet.
No doubt about it, partner, but unfortunately the flip side of that coin, the drive home for the hometown fans, is going to be rather flat.
And so it's Memphis with it. After the basket by the Lakers, here's Rab. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
This is not the team we've been watching for most of the night.
Well, hopefully they can ride this momentum into the next game because this one is done. Over. Fine.
And so it looks like the Lakers will retain possession here. "19 seconds left in the fourth. Rondo passes to Beasley. Here's Mack. Back to Casby. Passes it to Jackson. Out to the right wing. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Rajon, what was the key tonight from an offensive standpoint, and how did you get yourself going?
Ball movement. It started with stops defensively. I think I got in a pretty good rhythm. I made some shots. We played together, shared the ball.
Yeah, you shot the ball with a lot of confidence tonight, Rajon. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David. Great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.